Well, hello there. I'm going to prep my face with this pre-shave cream, and I'll be right back. In the meantime, fire up a quarantini and watch the colors as they fly through the air. Hello again. My razor today is going to be this twist to open Gillette Black Tip razor, and in there I have on its third use one of these Gillette thin blades, and my soap is going to be the Pino Silvestre extra gentle shaving soap right there, and my brush, the Omega 10098, which I've already lathered up. Excuse me. Let me get a little bit of water on it here. I don't need that much. That's more than enough, probably. I'm going to try to get a lather started, and I hope you're all doing well out there. This is real nice soap. I used it the other day and was pretty pleased with it. Lathers really nicely. And it smells very nice too. Scent strength of about 2 or 3 out of 5. Smells like pine. And there we go, that's not too bad. We'll go ahead and get started here. Pass number 1 with the grain. Let me wet the razor. Okay, shake that off, and here we go. I flipped this blade after the second use, I believe. In fact, so far, just right now, I think I'm getting better results from this blade just so far than I did the first couple of times I used it. I think this might be a new old stock blade. I don't think they make these anymore. This came with the razor, just one of these, and there's the envelope that I showed you before. So we'll flip the razor over to the other side here and continue. It feels really good, especially with this soap. I believe this razor is from 1951, if I remember correctly. And it has an aluminum handle and either a brass or probably, I'm guessing, a stainless steel head, because the Korean War had started and brass was in short supply here in the States. It was being used for artillery shells. Excuse me. This looks like an older Gillette Super Speed razor, but with a black tip. The black tip, by the way, the part you twist to open and close the doors there, that is actually made of plastic. And so far, this seems to be my most forgiving Gillette razor. And that's what reviews of it on some of the forums said. And that's also where I got the information about this razor. So anyway. I believe this was made in the 4th quarter of 1951. about a day's worth of growth here. Now, to be honest, when I shaved with this blade in this razor before, each of those times I had about a couple of days worth of growth. Fairly mild blade, I guess you could call it. Not super sharp and not really super smooth either, but it's comfortable for this shave I'm doing now with just 1 day's worth of growth. Excuse me. And these new old stock blades, I don't know if they get any duller or whatever just sitting around in their envelopes over the years in their packaging. But right now, like I said, this is feeling nice and comfortable. Not that it was terribly uncomfortable before, but it seems a little bit more efficient right now. I guess really I have about a day and a half worth of growth right now. Because it's early evening on Monday right now. And I last shaved early morning yesterday on Sunday. So not 2 days worth of growth, but about a day and a half. And I don't know, maybe one of those days I shaved with this blade before, it might have only been a day and a half worth of growth. I know one of the times, I think the first time I used it was at least a full 2 days worth of growth. And sometimes getting that first layer, I guess, of stubble off, maybe that can be challenging to a lot of blades. But I'll be right back. I'm going to pop right back, freshly lathered for a second pass, which will be across the grain. Boy, I tell you, what a pleasant soap to lather and to have upon the face. Very nice. Yeah, I couldn't find it through any of the regular vendors, so I found it through another vendor of all kinds of products online. Just Google it. And if I can, I'll find a link to the website from which I got the soap, and if I do, I'll put it in the description to the video. Oh, it's supposed to go across the grain now. Now, if you've watched this channel very much, you know, as a general rule, I don't review products. If something is a real stinker, and I mean it has to be a real stinker, then I might say I don't recommend it. But I can say with pretty much no caveats whatsoever, I recommend this soap. If you like a nice pine scent, and if you like a soap that lathers well and is nice and creamy, I believe you'll like this. And nobody's paying me to say that. They don't know me from Adam. They've never heard of me, I'm sure. Whoever makes this stuff. It's made in, I'm pretty sure it's made in Italy. I can't see very well. And it's not printed, well, it's printed on one of those kind of clear plastic things. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, there it is. Made in Italy, I think is what that says. Great stuff. Anyway, let me try to continue here. Let me shut up and shave. Huh, wouldn't that be a funny name to change to for this channel? Conversational shaving becomes shut up and shave. I won't do that though, because I'm trying to be consistent. I didn't do a shave last week, at least not a shave on camera. A day or two earlier than my usual evening, I instead did one of my coffee and conversation chats. Excuse me. I hope all of you are having as good a shaves as I am. And if you're like us here, you're probably still under some kind of quarantine. We're not under martial law or anything like that. Within reason, we can come and go as we please. Healthcare workers, though, are instructed not to go out of town without good reason and drive around town all they want, I guess. If they have time. And without getting deeply into politics, I'll just say something you've all heard. There's a lot of misinformation out there about this virus. Take this virus and take quarantine very seriously. Excuse me. But most of you know that, and you don't need your Uncle Don here telling you how to live your life. I'm sure most of you are intelligent enough, educated enough, whatever, to know that this isn't the regular flu, or any kind of regular flu going around. It's bad, and from everything I've heard, you don't want to get it. I know I don't. I had a couple of miserable days, though. I got over it, but I ended up yelling and screaming at some people, so to speak, online. Things got a little too political for me. I'll try not to do that too much on this channel, especially on the regular shaves, because I do understand a lot of the reason that gentlemen and sometimes even ladies will take up traditional shaving is as a good hobby so that they can forget all the bad things in the world. I think it's the same reason that guys or gals will watch football, American football in this country, and then what we call soccer in other countries. Okay, that's the second pass done. I'll return for that third pass and we'll go against the grain. Still haven't had to go back to the tub for more soap, and this is still lathering pretty well, especially when you consider, and I've said this before a long time ago, I think, but where I live, we have the worst water, in my opinion. Well, it's the worst water I've ever encountered, and on the third pass, not having to go back to the tub, getting a fairly decent lather here still. I'm not going to complain about this soap. It's very nice, but now I'm going to start on the neck and we'll go against the grain here. I mean, I use this soap every day, but I have a feeling I will be lauding it for a long time. I'll have a lot of good things to say about it. I didn't even know this soap existed until fairly recently. At least I don't think I did. I might have seen it and not been paying attention on somebody's shave of the day or something. I know about some other Pino Silvestre colognes and eau de toilettes, things like that. More on that later. But I'm getting some good audio feedback here. This blade's okay for an older blade, but this razor, so nice and forgiving. So nice. Yeah, as I said about another soap, at least once on an earlier incarnation of this channel, and razor and so forth, this is one of those shaves that makes me remember why I started the hobby to begin with. I don't know that I'm going to get BBS with this blade, but it's just so nice and so comfortable. Yeah, this razor is as forgiving as a Merkur 34C. It's, like I said, the most, so far anyway, with this blade, the most forgiving Gillette razor I've ever used. I think this would be a great daily shaver for anybody, really, but especially for someone just getting started. I think this razor with shipping was something like $25 on eBay. Yeah. I'm just now beginning to get a little dissipation with this soap on the chin. Well, I'm a little above the lip now too, but that's okay. It's bound to thin out a little bit after a while. After being on the brush, maybe, I don't know. I think what you're seeing is more user error than anything. If any error, it's user error. Okay, I'm going to break away again for a second, but I'll pop right back and then it will be pickup time. Okay, everybody, it's pickup time. Yay, pickup time. Yay, all right. Pickup time, everybody. And still didn't have to go back to the tub of soap. Very nice creamy soap, almost a cream instead of a soap, but it says soap on the tub, so we'll call it a soap. Some people might call it a croap, but this is creamier than a lot of things that I've heard referred to as croaps. In my opinion, your mileage may vary. Still a lot of audio feedback there, but that's all right. Yeah, when I get quiet and non-conversational, that just means I'm having a good shave. I'm not the only one to say that. Sometimes Paul H. will pause and not be so chatty. Not that he's overly chatty. I like listening to his chats when he's shaving, but he's mentioned before that when he's just having a really nice shave, sometimes he just gets quiet and shaves. Well, you know that's feeling pretty good. I'm gonna do just one more touch up here. Let's see. I want to get this trouble spot over here. And that can be challenging, some of these trouble spots. I have some razors, one in particular that is a slant razor that will follow the contours of my face so well that I often don't have to go back over these trouble spots so much, but most times with most safety razors, it seems like I gotta go back over them once or twice. And I don't want to go too crazy and get a bunch of irritation, but I think that's about it. Okay, well, I'm going to pop out again. I'm going to rinse the razor, rinse the brush, rinse my face. I'll come back with our good friend, Mr. Towel. Here he is. You know him, you love him, you can't live without him. It's our good friend, Mr. Towel. Whew. Wow, wow. One of these days I'm going to come in here and do another one of my classic shaves like I did on an old incarnation of this channel where I always wore a robe. Except I usually, well, it was comfortable. I usually felt more comfortable doing that in the winter time. Of course, I guess if I had the air conditioning on high in here in the summer, I might need a robe too. Some people thought I was trying to be a low-rent Hugh Hefner, I guess. He would always walk around in a robe, I guess. Let's see. Put Mr. Towel back where he goes. I'll begin a brief recap and then I'll put the finishing touches on this here shave. Off camera beforehand, I prep my face with the Prep Pre-Shave Cream. My razor has been this twist to open Gillette Black Tip razor. The blade, on its third use, and probably its final use, has been this new old stock Gillette thin blade. And my soap has been this Pino Silvestre extra gentle shaving soap, which I believe I can recommend to just about anybody. My brush has been this Omega Pro boar. It's a boar brush, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before. You can probably tell by looking at it. It's the 10098 brush. And let's see, am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am, so I'm going to put on some of this Zirh Erase Aftershave Relief Tonic right now. Shake her up a little bit. Has a kind of a medicinal smell, a light medicinal scent to it. I get some in the hand here and we'll swish it around. Just put it all over the face and the neck there. Forehead. Around the eyes, being careful not to get it in the eyes. Yeah. And on the back of the neck. That's pretty nice stuff. That was given to me. The Zirh Erase Aftershave Relief Tonic. I'm going to finish up with this Pino Silvestre Eau de Toilette. The original kind. They make other kinds, but this kind in the regular green bottle is the original, I believe. So let's see. Let me shake this up a little and let's see, maybe a little on the wrists. There we go. That's it, folks. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. And me, the troublemaker I am, maybe I shouldn't end my videos this way, but from me, heartfelt, sincere peace.